good afternoon. Welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn and my Thursday afternoon Facebook Live. I've got a lot of mess here. Today I'm excited to share with you this funky fold that I recently did for my blog post for Funky Fold's monthly blog post. It's called a towel block fold, and I converted it so that it was longer in the center to create a tree, and also excuse me, wow, I shouldn't have said that. It's longer in the center to create into a tree, and I also made it small enough to fit into a standard envelope. So I've got an envelope here, and yep, it fits just inside our standard envelope. Okay, so welcome everybody who's come to join me. Now this is the one I'm about to create with you, this one. So as you go around, it's got a greeting on every side. Here are some other ideas for you with different paper and different colour. Yes, I apologise, Monica. I apologise. This paper, I actually wanted to make this tree because our Christmas tree is actually white. So I'm going to be keeping this one for our home decor for Christmas. And I have used the beautiful vellum from the Season of Green and Gold suite. So that's that one. Oh, this is one of the original ones I first made when I was reading my first tutorial and then discovered it was too big to fit into our envelope. So that was part of the genesis of the journey of learning how to create my block fold Christmas tree card. And then this one is using more of the Season of Green and Gold and Shaded Spruce as my cardstock. Okay, so it's actually quite a simple card, really. I have used, let me have a look, see if, I'm sorry if there's light reflecting. I have used the Decorative Trees stamp set, mainly because I was doing a tree at the time. And it has some lovely greetings, okay? All right, here are all of the supplies. If you're interested in the tutorial for this, just contact me and I'm happy to give you the tutorial with all of the measurements and everything. So there's 12 of these teeny tiny little bits. They are the very last thing you need, so they just go aside. There are 8 of these pieces of designer series paper and 4 plain pieces of basic beige, and that's what I'm going to stamp on, making 12 altogether. And there's also 12 of the blocks to create the leaves that go around. And this piece here is my trunk. In the original card that I originally saw the block tower fold, it was the same colour as these ones here, but because I wanted to make a Christmas tree, I've changed it to pecan pie. And I'm going to use this cool little stamp from the Decorative Tree stamp set to create my base for my trunk. Okay, I'm just going to stamp this a couple of times right at the very bottom. Some of it will be covered up, but that's just giving me some barky sort of texture, okay, with my pecan pie. And then I have scored this one all the way around, so it's going to make a tiny little box with a little tiny strip that we'll use to glue it together. That piece of cardstock actually is a standard card front size, so whatever your standard card front size would work. And but if you do want the tutorial, I'll give it to you, and it's in metric and imperial measurements. Okay, so I'm just running a bit of glue down the edge there, and I'm going to fold that and fold it flat. That way you get a nice straight line, and because this card is going to fold flat anyway, you're guaranteed that it will still fold. Okay, I'll just set that aside to dry. Clean the sticky off my finger. Ugh. Now we'll do some stamping, quick stamping, and then you'll see how I put this together. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow for all my greetings on this one. So I've got a very Merry Christmas. There we go. Season's greetings. Pat, pat, pat. Stamp. Oh, Christmas tree, because we are making a Christmas tree. And for you, for my last one. So this is actually the place where you can write to your recipients. Yes, I don't use liquid glue very often. You are 100% correct, Monica. But the other glue, because I made such a skinny little join, all of the other choices were too big, so I had to use the glue. And it is good glue. It's just like sticky things on my fingers now. I'm using some wild wheat to stamp stars because stars are good, and a large star as well. And these are all from the Decorative Tree stamp set. Oops, that star didn't quite work. There we go. Oh, it's a double star now. And star. There we go. That's all the stamping done. So wild wheat, mossy meadow, and some pecan pie. And now I'm just going to pop all of these onto all of these. I probably should have done some of this beforehand, actually. So chat among yourselves while I stick all this together, because it's so much easier when you're creating this if you've got all of your bits and pieces ready to go. It actually doesn't take very long to create this card, so it's up to you how you decorate it. That will define how long it takes you to make the card in actual fact. So you might notice actually it's even this version here was actually even a simpler version because I used white cardstock as my base cards. I didn't even actually create a second layer. I just stamped directly on that, so I didn't even have to stick extra bits on any of that. The paper I've used is the, what's it called? Elegance? Something to do with elegance. Season of Elegance designer series paper, and I'm using the basic beige with the gold foil fleck and the old olive with the gold foil fleck, and I'm using old olive cardstock. And because this is a Christmas tree, I'm using green, but as I showed you before, the shaded spruce looks really beautiful with the season of green and gold paper. What other green papers are there that you could use? There's a couple of reverse size of the Nests of Winter paper that you could possibly use. That has some nice, well, that's if you like a green tree. I wonder what it would look like if you had, for example, used more paper out of this suite with cherry cobbler and made a cherry cobbler tree. That would be fun. That would be very fun. Okay, almost done, people. Almost. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your interest in my project. It's always fun when it actually took me quite a few goes to work out my measurements for this. Okay, so now I'm going to put each of these on each of the 4 sides of my tree trunk. So I'm going to fold it flat and I'm going to work one side at a time. So when you fold it flat, you show 2 sides. I'm just going to put my seal all the way down to about where I stamped before. And starting from the top, I will put the first blade on, or leaf or branch, butting up against that score line but not over it. And for the purposes of today, I'm going to put all of the words in exactly the same position on my tree as I go around, but you can alternate them wherever you like to go. It's up to you. But what I'm going to do is do all of the designer series paper facing right of the tree trunk, all of the words facing left of the tree trunk. So I'm alternating them all the way down. Okay, so designer paper going right, words going left. Then I'm just going to fold again and do one side here. Oops. All the way down. What did I say? Designer paper going right, words going left, designer paper going right. Okay, all the way down, not over the top of the score line. Next, just doing the right hand side of my trunk there. Designer paper going right, starting from the top, words going left, designer paper going right. Okay, so and then we're up to the last side of our 4-sided trunk. Right, now you do have to watch if your measurements, that all of your things can fold in amongst, so you might have to, if you do wet glue, you probably have a bit more wiggle room. Okay, now this last one I can't go all the way down because I've got some things on it. So what I'll do is just put my glue or adhesive just on the section, and this one is the words section, so I'm doing my words facing left, and then I'll fold it again this way and put my designer paper going right. Oop. And this is why I love seal so much, because it's so much quicker. There we go. So there's the basic tree done, the first step. And then with all these 12 little teeny tiny pieces, oh, hang on, I'll put the glue on the back of those actually. I'm just going to pop them on the reverse sides of each of the blocks to fill out. So if you're a person who thinks this is too much work, you could probably skip this, I guess, if you wanted to. I mean, you could just go without the designer series paper. And one here. If you had leafy paper, this would look pretty cool. A small leaf, probably not too big a design. But the joy of this foil paper is that there's no particular right way up or down, so I can be totally haphazard and random, which makes it really easy. There we go. Almost done. And flipping it over, the last side, and my last 3 teeny tiny pieces. We made this at our team day. All of our team got together this week, and this was one of the projects we made. Had a ton of fun creating it, so I thought I would make my own video, and then I'll go and upload this video to my blog post that has this project as well. There you go. So that's the Tower Block Christmas tree. Little square in the middle, and it has all of the words around the middle, so you can see all the words. I hope you give it a go. It's really quite cool, and that folds flat and fits into your standard envelope. Thank you so much for joining me, and I have to tell you I won't be here next Thursday. I'll be camping, so there might be a possibility of some other videos at other times just to make up the difference, but I won't be here for the next 2 Thursdays because I'll be away on holidays. So I'll see you next in October if you're a regular Thursday person. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.